Welcome back to the Gcast. We are your hosts, myself, Ben, Gavin, and Tom. This is your weekly dive into everything from sports, gaming, and nonsense. And if you're just here to vibe with the Gcast, you're in the right place.
Yes, sir.
Today we're talking about NBA off-season. We've graded 4 teams each. Not every single team, because some teams are boring, such as the Warriors. They didn't really do anything. And then we're just going to talk about some 2K stuff. So, Gav, do you want to start with your team?
Yeah, I can kick it off. So, the first team I got was the Orlando Magic. So, the moves they've made so far have been for trading for Desmond Bain, for Cole Anthony, KCP, first 4 rounders, and a pick swap. So, this was just really good for them, I think, just upgrading their team.
I think that is good. They were lacking in shooting, and I think Desmond Bain brings exactly what they needed.
They just needed more scoring creation around Franz and Paolo, really. They didn't really have anything other than those two, and Franz was out for a while.
So was Paolo. They had the same injury, the oblique.
So I think it's really good for them. They had to do something. Obviously, a bit of an overpay, but at the end of the day, Bain wasn't on the market until they made him available.
Yeah, and I think Desmond Bain will do really good there because he does need the ball a bit. So do the other two, but he stretches the floor for him, lets him work a little bit more.
Yeah. So the next up, they also signed veteran guard Tyus Jones for an extra $7 million, just help with their playmaking, backcourt shooting, and then just more experience. They re-signed Moritz Wagner, so another forward for them, just providing more depth and familiarity with the team. And then some minor draft moves. So they drafted Noah Pender from the 32 pick from Boston. And then a lot of people have left their team, so from Gary Harris to T-Mac, McClung, and then just a bunch of role-play guys.
Yeah, I think they will be better, especially I don't think they'll get as unlucky as they did this season with their injuries because their two best players were out for
a long time.
Yeah, they were out for a while.
And the East this year is pretty wide open considering a few players missing. Tatum, Halliburton. That'll be a common theme with some Eastern Conference teams that we talk about.
I reckon this will be a really weak Eastern Conference year. Yeah,
very weak.
It was already weak in comparison to the West, and now you could say two of the best players in the East have gone out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just concerns with what's it called with the draft or what they've done in the off season. So just they've gave up a lot of first rounders, so several first round picks. So if it doesn't work out with this team, then they won't have a future. Basically, they will be dealing with a lot of payroll. So just their money. So they'll probably I don't know where they're exactly at with their luxury tax.
Yeah, I'm not sure to be honest.
I think they're not in. They might be in the first apron, but they're definitely not in the second apron.
Yeah. So they just will be.
What? Because Paolo and France are still on rookies, right?
Yeah.
I think
Paolo just got extended, but it won't kick in until next year, I believe. Either next year or the
I'm
year
pretty
after.
sure it's next year. And then they just have limited bench scoring, so not a lot of depth in the bench.
Yeah, they did lose a bit of that with what Cole Anthony left. They still got Anthony Black.
They still got Anthony Black. They still have Tristan Da Silva, and I can't remember his name right now. But Tyus Jones is a very good backup for them. Or he might even start, honestly.
I reckon he would. I don't think they'd start anyone else.
I don't think Tyus Jones was used very well in Phoenix, so I think he'll do better over there.
Yeah,
better chance to create because Paolo is a big creator, but they didn't have a true point guard until now. So
yeah, they'll definitely be better than last season.
100%. And I think it's good timing to make this move, obviously, because we said the East is wide open. It is a risk trading the 4 picks, but I think timing couldn't be better.
I couldn't agree
reckon
more.
they'll be a top 4 team in the East.
That's I could say that.
Yeah, for
so,
sure.
What grade did you give them?
I gave him a B grade, so just adding really good depth with Desmond Bain and their shooting and just spacing the floor.
Yeah, no, I'd probably say
that's fair.
B plus,
B plus B, yeah.
No, I agree with that.
Okay. Do we want to go around one each at a time, or?
Yeah, we'll go around one
we can
each,
do that.
We'll go Tom next.
All right. So I had the. Let me just cut this in. I had Atlanta, Cleveland, Denver, and Lakers. I'm a Lakers supporter, so I'm not biased. They're great. We'll start off. I reckon we just start off with the quickest one, Cleveland.
Yeah.
Didn't really do much. They got Lonzo Ball. If healthy, I think he can do some stuff for that team.
Definitely.
That's if healthy. But they lost Ty Jerome, which that was probably one of their best players off the bench.
Definitely.
If not their best, yeah. So they definitely lost some depth there. Like that's a lot of. He was their go-to guy. He was their sixth man.
Yep.
And then you're adding Lonzo Ball, who might play.
If he does play, he's basically not. He's not like for like. They're not the same player, but he just fits into that role. Like not as much of a scorer, but
Yeah, I reckon he'd be really good next to Garland.
yeah, he does some things better than Ty Jerome. Ty Jerome does some.
Yeah, but it's just the big thing is if he's healthy.
Yeah.
And then they obviously had the postseason 5-1. They lost in 5 to Indiana.
Yeah.
Like for how many games they win? Like 60.
Yeah, more than 60.
66 or something, and they lost in the
Second
round to the Indiana Pacers. To be fair, they did go on to the NBA Finals, and who knows what happens if Halliburton didn't burst his Achilles 5 minutes in.
Yeah, we'll never know. But to be fair with the Cleveland team, they were injured. Like they were coming back. They had a lot of season injuries.
Yeah, injuries. I'd say Mobley is probably the biggest hit there.
Yeah,
him being injured. I don't know if Garland makes as much as an impact as Mobley does.
Yeah, definitely. Garland was out for a long time.
Yeah, but to be fair, him being out for so long, they would have adjusted during the season. So it's not for them in the postseason. I don't think it would have been too much of an adjustment considering he didn't play a lot of the season.
Because Donovan Mitchell can create.
He's a freak.
So I think they're a bit pigeonholed because they are in the second apron. There's not a lot they can do, but they still have a really good team. Obviously, they're still a finals contender in this week East. I would say. I think they can figure it out.
Yeah.
If they can have a healthy year, I think they can figure it out.
I said expect them this season, especially considering how injured they are. Like the rest of the East, expect them to make the Eastern Conference Finals.
They should finish first again.
Yeah, I reckon they're making the Eastern Conference Finals.
I think Mobley makes an even bigger push this year. Like obviously he's already great, but he's still only 22, 23 years old. So,
I ended up giving that just a C.
Yeah.
They didn't do much. It really just depends on if Lonzo actually plays basketball or not.
Yeah, because
for sure.
If Lonzo and Garland are both out at the same time,
they're because they lost their depth, and they don't have Karis LeVert anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't even know who comes off their bench, to be honest.
They got DeAndre Hunter.
They do have.
He could win 6 Man of the year realistically.
He's a pretty inconsistent
very good player.
He can be a bit. He's 9 points. He's 20 points.
Yeah.
So
he still finished. I think he was top 3 or near that for 6 Man of the year this year. So he can definitely do that again.
It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
I've got a really big if on if Lonzo's healthy.
Any comments on Lonzo slander, Gavin?
Well, come from a Bulls fan where we didn't see him play for 2 years, which sucked. But if he's healthy, he's going to bring you elite defense, high IQ players.
Yeah.
He's now a better 3-point shooter than he's ever been.
Yeah, it's just the question if he's healthy.
Yeah, if his knees give out again, it's really rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no doubt he's a really good player when he plays. It's just he has to play.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, do we want to move on?
Yeah, you go.
I'm just going to talk about my Thunder first. So, we re-signed all of our important players. Shea, Dub, Chet, they're all on big deals now that kick in 2 years. AJ Mitchell and Jalen Williams. The only player we lost was Dylan Jones to the Wizards, and that was purely because we had too many players on the roster. So we've retained all our important players for last season. Every player that played at least 50 minutes is still on the team this year. So no recent champions have really kept their core intact after a championship.
Break up right after.
They all sort of break up. Even
the Celtics did it, but even now, like it's completely.
There's obviously circumstantial because of
Yeah.
what happened with JT.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the Lakers blew up. The last person from that championship team is literally LeBron.
Yeah.
Everyone else on that team's completely different.
Yeah.
Denver, they're different from when they won. Bucks are different from when they won.
100%.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if they can do the repeat.
Yeah, so obviously there's not a whole lot you can do coming off a championship. And obviously the second apron looms. And, eventually our team's going to end up in there because, we have all these great young players and they need to get paid. They have been paid, Shea, Dub, Chet. But out of all the teams that have been in the second apron, I believe that we're in the best position to deal with it. Obviously, we're not going to be able to keep everyone. I think once the extensions come in, Isaiah Hartenstein's probably going to have to go because his deal ends at the same time, and I don't think we're going to be able to re-sign him. But for the most part, we'll be able to keep that big three, and I trust Sam Presti to build around the team.
So, he's been doing good.
And obviously, we're still the favourites going into next year. All the sporting odds say, but obviously the West is very tough this year, and you're gonna have to go through a lot of tough teams to repeat. So on me personally, I have faith that we'll do really well. But it's very hard to go through three very good teams in the playoffs.
The West will be so difficult. Yeah.
So I feel like literally anyone could come out of the West.
And realistically, I think whoever comes out of the West might just win it all.
Yeah.
Like that Western Conference Finals will probably be more entertaining than the finals, unless like Cleveland goes on a magical run.
Yeah.
But even then, they're good, but they're in a weak conference. Like they might win another 65 games, but it's against obviously the weaker teams. So you chuck them in the West, are they winning 65 games still?
Probably not.
Yeah. So
the grade I gave the team was an A, purely just because it's circumstantial. Obviously, coming off a championship, we've done pretty much everything that we need to do. All the expectations that we need to do have been met. We didn't add anybody, but the roster is literally full, and we go pretty deep. So there's literally no room to.
They are a good team.
So, yeah, I just left it as an A, purely just because we did what we
the
needed. The
re-signings are important.
Yeah, even AJ Mitchell, who was a rookie this year, we signed him for another 4 years, I think, and it was not worth a lot of. It was $6 million a year.
Yeah,
and he's a pretty good player. It's just that the team's deep.
Your rookie from last season hasn't even touched the court yet. The Nobi Topic.
No, Nikola Topic.
Nikola Topic. He hasn't even touched the court yet.
Yeah, so exciting to see him play. It'll be tough for him to get into the rotation at first, but
especially considering coming off a championship.
And he's a point guard.
Yeah.
So, but he's also, I think he's 6'8", so
yeah, he's pretty big.
He can play.
Yeah.
Got a lot of size.
Both guard positions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we're in a good position. It's just going to be hard getting through the West.
I agree.
Yeah. Gav, you want to move on to your next team?
Yeah, so my next team is the lovely Chicago Bulls. Like we said earlier, we're not in a great
Gav's
spot.
favorite team.
Yeah. Like we said, we traded away Lonzo Ball for Isaac Okoro. So that was pretty similar players. Well, we just lost the veteran guard, but we had too many guards as a Bulls fan. So we had way too many.
Have a few.
Very guard heavy.
We are a
I
guard-heavy
think
team.
right now the only positive thing about Chicago Bulls is Kobe White.
Yeah.
I would say so.
I don't
We
think
haven't
there's.
seen what Noah Senge, if that's how we say his name, who we just drafted.
Yeah,
If
I
he
One
don't,
that got dunked on by
potential.
Jacob Furphy.
Yes, he did get dunked on by Jacob Furby.
Aussie boy.
Yeah, love that. I also did add that we had that trade in Feb we traded for Kevin Huerter, Zach Collins, and Trey Jones. That just
I
helps
don't
us
know
with
what they're
depth.
doing though.
There's not really much that I know what I'm seeing from the Bulls franchise.
Yeah, it's
but
Zach Collins. He's kind of just been. He'll always be a backup power forward / center. He'll never be, in my opinion, starter caliber. On the Bulls, for say, he might start though, because
we are pretty tiny.
we're
undersized.
At the point you guys are at, you tried with Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. He's got nowhere.
I would say we got nowhere. We were really good in that 21-22 season before Lonzo's injury.
Yeah, and then as soon as he went out, you guys just hit the fan and did nothing.
Yeah, I feel like in a way the Bulls are kind of committing to mediocrity, and
I agree.
the Bulls sell out. They always get the biggest crowds. They have the most people come to their games on average because Bulls fans stay loyal. But I feel like they just need to hit the reset button.
Yeah, I agree. I reckon they just need to just trade Kobe White away.
Vucevic.
Try get as many picks for him as you can. I reckon you could probably get about 2. You'd be pushing it with 3.
2 and a decent player.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Definitely 2 and a decent
Vucevic
player.
should have been off the team
A
2
while
years
ago,
ago.
yeah.
Well-
he shouldn't be on that. There was those trade rumors at the deadline for him to come to the Lakers.
Yeah, I think they did a good job trading. Considering Levine's contract and where he is now, I think they got pretty good stuff.
Besides
Levine.
Bradley Beal, I would say he was one of the hardest players to trade just on his contract alone.
Yeah, and it's sad because Levine is a really good player. It's just he's not worth that much money. It's same with Bradley Beal. I kind of put him in the same.
They're just
retrospect.
explosive
They're both-
scorers.
They're both great players, but they're just not worth what they're paid.
Yeah, I agree. Well, then
The
obviously Bradley,
Wizards are stupid.
obviously Bradley Beal's on a much better contract now. He got that buyout from Phoenix. It stretched over
We'll
5
talk about
years.
that later when I
How
talk
does
about
Bradley
Phoenix.
Beal get a no trade clause?
Hey, man.
Washington
Somehow.
Wizards.
Washington Wizards.
Please tell me.
time.
So just more things about the Bulls. So we have the Giddy situation, which isn't going great for us
I've forgotten
right
about
now.
that, to be honest. Yeah, is he still free agent?
Still-
Still a free agent currently.
Yeah, restricted, right? Yeah.
Restricted.
Yeah.
So
They're just waiting. There's not enough cap space in the league right now, and they're just waiting for another
No,
team.
he's asking for, I think,
30
what I
mil.
read is
What
30
about
mil.
Yeah,
30 mil.
30 mil.
30 mil for
same
4
similar
years.
to Cam Thomas.
Yeah, they're just what they're doing is they're just waiting for another team to just offer him something, and they're just going to match it
But the
because they
issue
don't
is-
need to pay him 30 mil.
The issue is that there's no money in the league right now. The only team that
just
has the money
Yeah.
is Brooklyn.
It's just Nets.
So, like, it's pretty easy for them to just pigeonhole him and just give him a average offer and just say you kind of have to take it.
Yeah.
He could take a qualifying offer and then be a free agent next season.
next year, because
And I think more teams will have money next season. So
I think the big off season's 2027. That's when
Yeah.
there's like
it was supposed
a
to be
lot of free
obviously
agents.
Lucas re-signed with the Lakers,
Yeah.
but he was supposed to be a free agent. Jokic will be a free agent.
Giannis.
And a few others.
Yeah,
So I think teams will definitely gear up for that.
that's a big free agency.
100%, but I don't know if you're going to be able to lure any of those players. Maybe
Yeah.
Giannis, but anyways.
Will he be that good in 2 years?
He's only 30.
Yeah, but his whole thing's built off just straight athleticism.
He'll still be a freak. The Greek freak. Anything else, Gav?
Other than that, we've just got, I think we'll talk about the grade. Like, the grade I gave was basically just a C.
C.
Even
Bulls.
a D.
I'd probably go D.
Did they get anybody this offseason?
No.
Just Isaac
No.
Okoro.
It's literally just Isaac.
Yeah,
Okoro, so
I'd
it's
probably
not
go.
like-
I'd probably
Mid.
go D.
Really
Yeah,
lackluster. And,
I'd D.
and we've had some
That's-
questionable front
that's-
offices. Not getting anything for Caruso.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah,
we got
that's-
Giddy. but
Thanks,
we could
Bulls.
have got picks.
I appreciate it.
Dude, Giddy's been good for you.
He
He
has
has
been
been
good.
great.
Yeah.
He has been.
You know,
He could be.
game winner on the Lakers.
He could
Game
be.
winner.
Yeah, ruined your first overall pick odds.
Yeah, really could have won triple flag. But yeah,
That one game, yeah.
yeah, pretty much.
Just because it was a tiebreaker. I think it was literally just a coin flip.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
essentially,
was. They
a
do
coin
coin
flip.
flips.
If we
yeah.
lost, we would have got it.
Yeah.
If we,
That's nuts.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mavericks fans.
I'd go
Rigged.
D.
Rigged.
I'd go D.
Yeah, it's-
on
D or
Yeah,
C.
I would agree.
Yeah,
Not
that's
ideal.
about it.
All right. On to Tom's second team.
My next team. We'll go Atlanta here. I think they had a really good off season. I think Nikhil Alexander-Walker, that sign, like the sign and trade, all it costed was a 2027 second round draft pick from Cleveland in cash consideration. Didn't have to give up no one for one of, I'd probably say, top 15 two-way player.
Yep. One of the better. They pretty much have two of the best point of attack defenders in the league now.
Yeah,
So,
Dyson Daniels
Yeah.
and Nikhil Alexander.
perfect around Trae Young, obviously.
I think that was I've given that sign and trade alone an A+.
Yep.
I think that is perfect for them. And then obviously you have the Kristaps Porzingis trade with
Yep.
the Celtics. Celtics hit the reset button considering what happened. he'd probably be a bit too old by the time JT came back.
Yeah, all they had to give up was, George Niang?
George Niang, a second-round pick, and cash from the Nets.
Yeah.
And Nets got Terrence Mann. I don't even know where he was playing at.
Nets were just helping teams facilitate deals
Yeah.
because they were the only team with money.
And getting Kristaps Porzingis for George Niang and a second-round pick, if healthy, again, big if, like, he could be such a big part of that team.
100%.
But it's just how many games is he going to play?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously the injury risk, but I think it's also, the deal is risk-free at the end of the day because you didn't give up pretty much anything. And, if he is healthy, he's a great acquisition.
Yeah.
If he's not, I mean,
How long is
obviously
left
that's
on his... How many years?
2 more, I think.
2?
Because Celtics re-signed him when he got
Yeah,
traded there.
okay.
So, yeah, it's a big thing for them. I think, like I said, risk-free, and you still have Onyeka Okongwu on your team, who is a very
He's
good
really
young
good,
player.
yeah.
So,
And I have here Clint Capella leaving.
yeah.
If Kristaps is okay, like if he plays, I think him leaving is fine.
Yeah.
Especially with Onyeka Okongwu developing.
Yeah, I don't
like-
know why Clint Capella went back to the Rockets.
Yeah.
Like, they have they're so...
They got heaps of bigs.
they have
But
Sengun and Steven
yeah,
Adams.
I think Clint Capella leaving is fine if Kristaps is healthy.
Yeah.
And then even if he's not healthy, Onyeka Okongwu he developed like crazy last season. He deserves starter minutes this season, and obviously with Clint Capella gone, he will get starter minutes.
Yeah.
And I think he'll go really good.
Yeah, well, the matter of fact is Kristaps will miss games. It's just a matter of how many. So
Yeah.
he will definitely get good opportunity.
And then have Karis LeVert. Him being off the bench.
Is he in Atlanta? I
Yeah.
thought he went to Detroit.
I had a look. It said he was at Atlanta.
Okay.
Oh, no, they lost him. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
So they lost Karis LeVert.
Yeah.
He was averaging 15 points on nearly 50% from the field and 34% from 3.
Yep.
I feel like Nickeil Alexander-Walker can fill a little bit of that gap, but then also bring more defensively.
Heaps
So
more
I don't
defense.
know. It's, to me, them losing Karis LeVert, fine.
They also got Luke Kennard.
Yeah,
Great
and they
shooter.
got Luke Kennard as well. And I think them losing Karis LeVert, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a big deal. Them losing Clint Capella, not a big deal. The 2 people they brought in, and then Luke Kennard as well, I think I've given it an A-A.
The whole thing.
As a whole, yeah, the whole team as a
Yeah,
whole.
I think they're definitely in a good position in, like we said, this weak Eastern Conference to make a push. They could be a top 4 team.
I expect
realistically,
them
but
to not make the play-in.
won't-
I
yeah.
expect them to actually
they
be
should
in the
top
playoffs.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they just made some really good moves, revolved around Trae Young. Jalen Johnson's one of my favorite players. I really hope he has a healthy year.
Yeah.
So-
I'd say this is the best team they've built around Trae Young.
Yeah, 100%. Because even like with Deontay Murray and stuff, it just didn't really work that
No,
well.
it didn't. This is definitely the best team they've built around Trae Young, and I'm excited. Trae Young is a straight killer. Like
100%.
yeah, so and it's be exciting to see what he can do with a decent team.
Yeah.
So
And Dyson Daniels should continue to just be a defensive
just do what he does.
freak.
Yeah. So,
So
I reckon they'll be an exciting. I don't think I watched a single game of theirs this season.
they'll definitely be able to hide Trae Young because we know he can't really play
Yeah.
defense.
Well, now they've got
Feel like
Dyson
they'll hide.
Daniels and Nickeil.
Yeah,
they'll be
those
able to hide
two-
him easy, and then Kristaps at the rim.
Yeah, because both of those players can play make, so at least they have someone to do it while Trae's on the bench.
Yeah.
And those two on the court together would just be nuts.
I think it was a really good off season for them.
Gav, you got anything to add?
I think that's pretty much set it off, to be honest. Like, yeah, they just added really good depth with the Hawks. Like I said, like you guys said with Jose Murray, I just think they were like 2 ball-heavy guards.
Yeah,
They needed the ball a lot. Like, it just wouldn't work out.
I agree. Yeah,
100%. All right, I'll move on to my next team. So I got the Bucks here. The Bucks re-signed all of their key players. They got back Bobby Portis, Kevin Porter, Ryan Rollins, Taurean Prince, Jericho Sims. Just names. They added Cole Anthony. They got Amir Coffey from the Clippers. They got Gary Harris. And the big one is that they traded Damian Lillard for Miles Turner. they lost Brook Lopez and they lost Pat Connaughton. So they retained their core around Giannis, which is good for continuity. But at the end of the day, all those players, I like the Miles Turner acquisition, but I don't like stretching Damian Lillard's contract for the next 5 years because realistically, it just limits them to having 20 million less cap space than every other team for the next 5 years.
Yeah, it does, but at the same time, he's 34.
Yeah, obviously
He'll miss his whole season.
he wasn't going to play, but I don't know. Like you had to do it to get Miles Turner, but I don't know. You take the risk because you have the best player in the conference on your team, but I don't know. It just really pigeonholes them, and you never know. Giannis could in a year could just say, "I don't want to be here anymore," and then you're just stuck for 5 years. 4 years.
It's a hard situation because obviously he's 34. He'll be out. He's 34, 33. He'll be out this.
Who?
Damian Lillard.
Oh yeah.
He'll be out this whole season.
Yeah.
He won't play. He'll come back. He'll be 35.
Yeah.
How good's he going to be at 35?
Probably not amazing, but
Yeah,
like,
so
he's gone back to Portland, which I think is good. Scoot will definitely develop well over there with Dame while he's on the sideline, but yeah, Miles Turner is realistically just a better Brook Lopez, better
Younger.
stretch,
yeah,
younger, better stretch, more mobile,
athletic.
more
yeah.
athletic. He kind of will fill in the same sort of role. They'll be able to do the same sort of drop coverage that they like to do with Brook Lopez. So that's good. But I don't know. It's a splash, but it's not a huge splash. And I don't really, me personally, I'm not the biggest fan. And the team, to me, is just a little weird. Like, they have so many big forwards on their
They
team.
do,
They got
yeah.
Kuzma, they got Portis, they got Giannis, they got Taurean Prince. Like, they're just a bunch of big, sort of clanky forwards besides Giannis. Like, Kuzma is just, I don't know, he's fallen off a cliff a little bit.
He is not as good as when he came into the league. Kuzma.
Yeah.
He's just
Well,
He was
I
getting-
think he just excelled because obviously having LeBron around you just makes you better.
Do you guys remember when in the rookie year Kuzma was getting compared to Jason Tatum?
that was insane.
me, bro.
That
I
was
wasn't
genuinely
doing that.
insane.
What is he, 29th pick? I mean, he was good in his rookie year with the Lakers, but
Yeah, it's I don't know.
he
I've
ain't
never
no
rated.
Jason Tatum.
I've never
Jason
rated
Tatum
Kuzma.
comparisons are wild.
So my grade might be a little bit harsh. I gave it a D plus. Could be a C, realistically.
I'd probably go C
Because,
plus.
they did what they needed to do to try and make Giannis happy, but me personally, I don't know if it will make him happy. And if you think about it, the biggest gap from your superstar to the next player, that's probably the biggest one, Giannis to Miles Turner in the league. Like, they don't have a great player next to him. And I don't know if Giannis had Dame, but Dame was injured the whole time. He's never really had like an amazing, like Chris Middleton was really good, but he never had like a great player next to
Do
him.
you think with these new acquisitions and obviously Damian Lillard being gone, do you think sliding Giannis back to the 3 and then having Bobby Portis actually start full time with Miles Turner?
Yeah, well, the only person that can't shoot is Giannis, and he'll probably have the ball most of the time.
Yeah.
So it could be good.
And then just get rid of Kuzma.
They definitely have a Well, I mean, they made that trade and it didn't work out. Kuzma
Yeah.
was terrible in the playoffs.
Yeah,
so
he's- I've never rated him.
yeah, he's just weird. Like, you want to play him at 3, you want to play him at 4, but you just don't know.
Yeah, it's because he's.
I feel like
lazy
like you
defender.
could start Bobby and make him come off the bench instead of starting him at the 3. It's just weird.
Yeah, I think that would be a much better lineup.
Yeah.
I think D plus probably a bit harsh though.
maybe
I'd
a
probably
little
go
bit
C
harsh,
C
but-
plus.
I just don't like that they've just limited themselves. I think who was the other team that did that? Was it the Suns with KD?
No, Bradley Beal.
The
Yeah.
Suns did it with Bradley
Bradley
Beal.
Beal.
They stretched his contract. That's even worse for the Suns because the Suns aren't really that
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Though they shouldn't be anyways.
Oh, damn it.
Well, to go from that, we can talk about the Phoenix Suns.
Alright.
Do you have the Suns?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did have the Suns, but
Okay.
my notes are fucked. So, just
yeah.
go off the head.
He's going off the dome.
Yeah,
Oh, your
no.
notes no good.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's gone. It corrupted.
Oh,
Jeez.
Yeah, well, they did the big trade with KD, but they did get Dylan Brooks,
Yeah.
Jalen Green
Jalen Green,
Yeah.
and then
for a 37-year-old.
yeah,
I think it's pretty
It's
good
pretty good.
because the market for Kevin Durant is not what it used to be. We'll just say that.
How much are you really going to give up for a 37?
37.
He might still be a freak, right?
Yeah.
But he's
Still an elite
37.
Yeah.
Like,
Depends how long he's going to be able to play.
yeah, he might have another good max 2 years left in him, right? Like,
Yeah.
having LeBron play as long as he did is like that's super
It's
rare.
an anomaly.
How we can't
That's
have.
not gonna happen again.
It's not like Kevin Durant's going to be doing the same thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I think if KD's not in a position to succeed after this Houston little stretch, I think he might just call it quits.
Finish.
anyways.
Yeah, I can see that as well.
Yeah. He wants to go party, get some girls.
100%.
I think Jalen Green, he might do all right, but they've got Devin Booker.
They've
Jalen
got
Green.
just the same player.
They've
like,
got
just the
they've
same
got no
scorer type.
defense.
Yeah.
You know, I think they're in a pretty they're in a bad position. Just because I reckon Devin Booker should just leave. Like, I understand staying at the
Loyalty.
franchise that drafted you, made you what you were, but sometimes it's just, what about your career?
Yeah, he's been there for 10 years now. So
Yeah, obviously they've done nothing to build around him. They tried.
I mean, yeah, they got Kevin Durant and Chris Paul. They did make the finals, so fair bump.
Yeah, but I feel like at some point you've got to be greedy.
It's a Chris Paul effect.
Yeah. I feel like at some point you've got to be greedy and think about yourself and your career.
Yeah.
And considering he's probably one of the best shooting guards in the league, and he's just
still,
on
yeah.
the
If
Suns.
not the best.
Yeah. And he's just on the Suns. They're doing nothing. Like, they're just in a dead zone right now, and they've dragged out that Bradley Beal contract. So they're not going to be able to do anything for, how long was that? 5 years?
Yeah, same
Yeah.
as the Bucks, and it's around the 20
Bigger.
mil range as well. So, I mean, Bradley Beal's probably been more understanding because you had to get off that contract.
Yeah, it's
and like he still wanted to play there, but they didn't want him. So
yeah.
They got Mark Williams.
Yeah, they did get Mark Williams,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
What
And then they
else?
also signed the Kalamak, or the Sudanese guy.
Malach.
Yeah, Malawach.
Yeah.
10th
so
pick. They
he's-
traded for that pick.
Yeah,
too.
they traded for that.
That was a
pick.
good trade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thought.
I think
Mark
it's a great
Williams
draft
might do good if healthy.
Yeah.
Um,
They just traded for all the Hornets centers, really.
Yeah,
Nick Richards and Mark Williams.
and it's their defense is going to suck on the perimeter. Jalen Green can't defend a traffic cone, so Devin Booker, not known as the greatest
He's
defender.
an underrated defender.
Yeah,
though.
but
Like,
he's not known as the greatest.
But that
defender.
USA tour, like, he locked in. Because obviously there was heaps of good scoring. He was a lockdown defender for USA, but obviously that's not his role with Phoenix. So
How much energy can he save offensively
exactly.
to play defense like he
I
did?
think, me personally, I think Book averages at least 30 a game this year. Honestly.
30.
I reckon he gets
That's a
there.
big shout.
He's at. I think he was
That is a big
either
shout.
27 or 28 this year. No Kevin Durant now. I mean, it's him or it's nothing.
Yeah.
Or Jalen Green. Jalen Green is a weird pick. Like, he's underrated in a way because I think he averaged 22 a game roundabout. Like, that's all.
I feel like he's just
really good.
inefficient sometimes.
It's the inefficiency, and then when you needed a bucket, he just
get it
wasn't
down.
there.
Yeah, I mean the Rockets needed that go-to guy, and obviously they got that with KD. So
What do you give it overall?
I think with like the other players they've signed, so a lot of strong bigs from Mark Williams, Nick Richards, and then Kalamak, just drafting him and then getting away from Bradley Beal's contract. Somehow he had a no trade clause. Insane. I still think it's like a B minus kind of.
B.
yeah, I can
Like B minus.
a
like,
B minus. I can
I'm
back.
going like D.
No.
Nah, I can back a B minus or a C plus
Like,
because
adding Jalen Green helps with them.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
not
it's
on the
like, what
defensive end.
position are they in right now? They're not in a reset.
they're
They're not contending.
They had to trade Kevin Durant and they had to get off Bradley Beal, and they did both of those
Exactly.
things.
That was like the two most.
So I think,
Yeah.
and considering that they were a bit pigeonholed in what they could do, like they had to get rid of KD, and KD pretty much only wanted to go to Houston. I think they did pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
Getting
Yeah, I guess. I don't see them doing nothing this season.
No, they're not going to be very
Yeah.
good. They might not even.
I doubt
Might
they
be a
make the
play-in
play-in.
team,
I
but
doubt
they
they
might
make.
not.
They're not. No way they're making the play-in.
Yeah, there's so many good teams on the West, but
Yeah, they're no way.
I mean,
they're
if
gonna
if Devin Booker plays most of the season and goes nuclear, then there's a chance. But besides
I
that,
reckon even if he's averaging 30, they're not making playing,
yeah, well,
especially in that West.
I mean, we've seen D Book go crazy on those shit teams. So.
Yeah, but it's
he does
in
go
that
crazy.
West. No way they're making. They're finishing 11th, 12th.
Yeah, probably.
No, for sure.
All right. Do you want to move on?
All right.
Tom's third team.
I have Denver, the rivals of the gold and purple. I think it might be a one-way rivalry.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a one-sided rivalry.
One-way
It's a little
rivalry.
one-sided.
Lakers
Yeah.
fans hate them.
I could see that.
Nuggets fans probably don't care.
No, when they won their championship, all they were doing was talking about LeBron.
Yeah,
They
fair.
care. They care.
Did they beat you on that run? Yes.
Yeah, in the conference finals.
Oh yeah. It wasn't close, was it? It was like 4-1, 4-2 maybe.
That year, I think it might have been 5.
2023.
Yeah, I think it was 5 games.
Yeah.
But then obviously you had. No, don't even get me started.
Okay.
All right. Obviously they re-signed Bruce Brown.
They got him back. Yeah.
I think he might not have done a lot statistically, but as a locker room guy and a veteran, I think he was really important to that team.
Yeah, and his best fit was next to Jokic.
Yeah.
And now he's back with Jokic.
I think him coming back is great. He was one of the best veterans in that locker room. I think it was silly of him to not re-sign him that season.
Yeah. They just didn't want to pay him what the Pacers paid him. And then obviously he's bounced around to the Raptors and the Pelicans, both not very good teams last year. So I think his value is really shown on a successful team.
Yeah,
Especially with around a player such as Jokic.
Yeah, to be fair, Jokic makes anyone look good.
Yeah.
So, but I think Bruce Brown coming back really good. They signed Tim Hardaway Jr. I reckon he'll do all right as a defender there. They don't need him to score. You know, like
He's a great shooter, obviously.
he is a good shooter, but him being there, I think him helping Jamal Murray
Yeah.
defensively that'll be a really good, like it's beneficial for them.
He'll be able to wrap around Jokic like Murray does and just
Yeah.
get easy looks.
I think him going there pretty good. Obviously, there's the big one, the Cam Johnson trade for MPJ.
Yep.
It was him first round unprotected in 2033.
Yeah, which
One first round pick,
but
it's
that pick could be obviously really good in 2033. Like
you don't know when Jokic
but
is going to stop
you
playing.
don't know, and you have the best player in the world on your team, so you
gotta
you're
go
gonna-
all in.
You got to make that
Yeah,
trade.
and it's to be fair, missing out on one first round pick for a player who's, in my opinion, better than MPJ. They do the same thing, but Cam Johnson's just better at it, and
Better
he's
playmaker.
more versatile
Be able to
too.
play make them.
They're very similar
And a
players.
defender too.
Yeah, they're very similar in how they play. Where it's
They'll
just
both play very similar roles. Yeah.
offensively, they play very similar. Where it's just he catches, looks for his shot,
Yeah.
and I think Cam Johnson will just do better at it.
Yeah, and then now MPJ and Cam Thomas is going to take turns in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it'll be. You know
He
what it's going to
might
be
average
like.
Fun.
He
That'll be
might
fun
average
to
20.
watch.
It'll be like
game.
Jordan
Yeah.
Poole and Kyle Kuzma at Washington.
Yeah, he might.
So-
He
he
could go that way.
Yeah.
could average 25 a game.
Yeah, I
in
think
Brooklyn,
them
but
getting Cam Johnson is really good.
100%.
Obviously, MPJ had his ups and downs, but I think his downs outweighed his ups.
Yeah,
So
and it's bigger than just that trade because Cam Johnson's worth half as much money-wise as MPJ. I think MPJ's contract is like 40 mil. Cam Johnson's around 20. So by making that trade, you can get Bruce Brown, you can get Tim Hardaway.
exactly, yeah,
So
Better for the books.
yeah,
frees up the space.
they
yeah.
added so many good players
And then-
just from that trade.
Yeah, and then they also Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah.
It was just a straight swap with Dario Saric.
Yeah, great.
It's all that Jokic has been asking for is a backup big.
Yeah,
You know, obviously Dario Saric was fairly decent.
and DeAndre Jordan is just old now.
DeAndre, yeah, he's old. Yeah, Dario Saric he's fairly decent, but I feel like Jonas Valanciunas is just more important.
Yeah,
Them having a good backup, and you could even run a double big lineup with them. You
Yeah.
know, it's not like
they could try it.
yeah,
for
it's
sure.
there's always room for experimenting in 82 games.
Yeah, when you're up by 30, you can
Yeah,
try it
it's I think the Nuggets will be pretty dangerous this season.
100%.
And To be fair, they might be my favourites to win.
I can respect that because, even Hobble, they took us to 7.
Yeah.
And now they're just
better. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we're young, we're going to get better, but I don't know how much you can compete. Like, I'm optimistic as a Thunder fan, but I'm still not, hopeful. We got our ring. That's all I care about.
I think that was the best time for you guys to get a ring.
100%.
I think the door was just opened. Exactly. I think it was fair. I think it was a lot of luck in the door opened perfectly for you to squeeze in, where obviously the Nuggets were dealing with their thing, Phoenix was dealing with their thing. We were messing about for half the season.
How good
they were gonna win. It was
they were gonna win sometime soon. Just with how well they were going, adapting. Like Shea coming onto that team.
I think they were gonna win. It was just a matter of when.
Yeah.
But then it's how long does the window stay open with them? Not because they're gonna fall apart. It's just how strong is everyone else gonna become.
The window's still open. It's just going to be a lot harder.
It's going to be tighter.
It's going to be so hard.
Yeah. I gave Denver an A.
Yep.
I think they did what they needed. They did it perfectly.
Yeah.
And there's really no complaints.
That's what they did is what the Bucks would want to do around Giannis.
Yeah.
But they just can't.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think the Nuggets are an apron team, either first or second. But, obviously they traded MPJ and then they were able to stretch it out and get a bunch of players in. So it was kind of not really, I don't want to say 4 for 1, but in a way it was.
Yeah, I really do think Denver might win this season.
Yeah, they might go again.
And it's going to piss me off.
And Jokic might be a top 10 player of all time, realistically.
Getting very close.
Especially if he wins MVP again.
Yeah,
very
but
close.
what?
Especially if he wins MVP again. But
On 2 titles?
just that big Serbian
On 2
horse
titles?
with 4 MVPs.
On 2 titles?
I mean, shit. He's probably the most dominant.
One of the most dominant
One
big
of the
men
most dominant
in the
big
modern
men.
day.
I mean, it's hard to
Shaq's
say.
cooking him.
But, yeah, anyways. Moving on. I have the Celtics next.
This is your third one, yeah?
My third. Yep. So we all got one
And
more
then we
team
got one
each
more,
after this.
yeah.
So the Celtics obviously are a weird team to talk about because
Yeah.
they are pigeonholed by the second apron. They had to get rid of Drew Holiday. They had to get rid of Kristaps. Mostly because of Jason Tatum's injury. I think if he doesn't get injured, they'd probably just
Run it back.
bite the bullet and run it back
Yeah.
with those players. But things happen. So, they got Chris Boucher, who I think is a pretty good player from Toronto. I think
He was decent.
their
Yeah.
center depth is gone. So they lost Kristaps. They're most likely going to lose Al Horford. He still hasn't signed anywhere, but I think he's probably going to go to
I
Golden
reckon
State.
he might just retire.
Yeah, I would. He's 39.
Yeah, 39.
Yeah.
He might just be like, you know what?
Or
I got that championship. He got that lucrative championship he could never get with Atlanta.
yeah,
And
that Atlanta
he's
team's
like,
so
you know
overrated.
what? I've done everything I needed to.
Yeah,
Obviously, the big one, Mr. Finals MVP. But
he was never getting a Finals
He's got his
MVP.
championship. He's 39. Well, he might sign for a vet minimum.
I reckon.
And then-
Yeah, I reckon if he's going to go anywhere, it'll be the Warriors or it'll be home.
Yeah.
So yeah, Chris Boucher, I think, is an underrated player from Toronto. I think he will start for them because they don't really have any center depth anymore, and I think he's not going to be amazing, but I think he'll make a good impact for them.
Best case scenario for them this season is to do exactly what the Warriors did.
Just have an off year.
Yeah, but they're everywhere you're seeing. They're like, no, we're not having an off year. We're not having an off
Obviously,
year.
you're going to say that. I think, really, like we've been saying, realistically with the East, they can still probably make a play-in, playoff push.
But
Because they
but
still
what's
have,
the point?
They still have Jalen Brown and
You
Derek
know,
White. So
But what's the point? It's not like they're going to compete.
I think they have their pick this year too. So,
They do, yeah. So it's to me, what's the point?
but it would be so hard for them to take that far because some of the Eastern teams at the bottom are really
to me, it's just like
They
it's
are-
just
it
bite
is
the
a
bullet.
Very bad.
They were very
like
bad.
the Bulls,
They
like-
aren't going to be worse than the Bulls. They aren't going to be worse than the Wizards. They're not going to be worse than the Nets. They're not going to be worse than the Hornets. They're,
But in my opinion, try out stuff. Like
Oh,
that
yeah.
season's not gonna. Oh, you're not gonna win. Obviously, you're not gonna win. Just try stuff.
Yeah.
Like
So they also got Luka Garza from Minnesota. Unproven, hasn't really played any games yet, but he could get an opportunity over there. He could be really good. Who knows? Anthony Simons was involved in the trade for Drew Holiday from Portland. I think Simons is a really good player. I'm pretty sure the Celtics don't really want him.
They did try when
They're trying to move him.
Retrade.
Yeah, but nobody wants
Yeah.
him, unfortunately, which is weird because he's a young 20-point per game scorer. But I think that Simons, Cam Thomas sort of archetype is slowly fading out of the league. Just those pure shot creators.
Just they don't really offer much
Yeah.
besides going and getting you a bucket, and then more than likely they're not making it. You know, it's not like they're shooting 70% from the field.
But I think Anthony Simons probably will be on the Celtics next year.
I reckon, if not trade deadline, he'll be gone.
Yeah.
They'll find something. If they are going to get rid of him next season, it'll be at the trade deadline.
Yeah. So they lost Luke Cornett, who I think was a very good player. He just didn't get much opportunity over there. But he's in the Spurs now, which is kind of scary. But,
They're scary.
They lost Kristaps, obviously lost Drew. George Niang, they rerouted after the Kristaps trade. So obviously they were locked in by the second apron and they got off the contracts that they need to do to get out of that and not have to be pigeonholed. And, now they can probably make some moves next season. Gives them a good opportunity to have an off year, as we said, which I don't think they will. They probably will try and make a push, but they're not competing for a championship this year. You can say that for sure. Simons probably will get potentially moved, and I think Peyton Pritchard is going to potentially go.
He might go crazy
this year.
He might go what? Because the only person who's sharing buckets with is Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, and apparently they want him to start over Anthony Simons. So
you can even run small ball.
I think
Jaylen Brown at the 3.
Yeah, I think Pritchard, White, Brown, like those 3 are still obviously really good players, and I think Peyton Pritchard, he'll average at least 20 this year, in my opinion.
I reckon that's a I reckon he will as well.
Yeah,
Getting a lot of minutes.
he'll be insane this year, I reckon.
He'll start. They're not gonna if they're trying to ship Simons. They're not going to start him.
Yeah.
What's the point of starting him when you can develop someone you actually want there?
Yeah.
In Pritchard.
Yeah. So Pritchard. Yeah, obviously as a small guard, you might have some shooting inconsistencies, but he's proven to be a really good player. 6th man of the year. So
Yeah.
that's the Celtics. I gave them a C.
C.
Just sort of in the middle because they did what they needed to do, but obviously it's still not great. Like you lost those players for nothing. So,
I'd probably go C plus.
Yeah.
They're stuck.
Yeah, they put themselves in a good position to retool and get ready for next year when Tatum's back. Because obviously, even with losing those 2 players, you still have those 4 players: White, Pritchard, Brown, Tatum.
They still got their decent core.
As long as you got the Jays, I think.
Yeah, you can still compete.
Yeah.
It also depends.
Especially in the East.
How's JT going to look when he gets back?
I think
he could look completely different. He could look fine. It's different with everyone. We won't know until we actually see. There have been reports he's recovering really well.
He's already recovering very fast.
Yeah, so I think he should be fine.
People think he'll play next year, but I think they might just play. They'll probably just play safe.
It depends. If they get to there's a few months left, right, and they're in position to maybe make the bottom half of the playoffs, they might just be like, you know what? Let's just get JT some run time. Let's get him back into playing basketball. See how he goes. This season's still a write-off because it's not like they're going to win.
Yeah, 100%.
But let's get him back into just playing basketball properly.
Yeah.
You can do as much training as you want. It's completely different on the court.
Yeah.
So, but then if say they've won 10 games, I don't reckon they'll put him on because what's the point?
Yeah.
It's not like they're not doing
they're not going to be that bad because Jaylen Brown will probably be pretty good.
Yeah.
He should have an offensive jump with no Tatum there.
Yeah. I agree.
What is their starting 5? Would be Pritchard, White, Brown, Boucher. Who's the 4? Who's the 4 man? Am I forgetting someone? I actually don't know. Let's look at their depth chart. I actually don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. What? Pritchard, White, Brown. Because who was the backup for Kristaps?
Sam Hauser.
Sam Hauser.
Well, it was
Al Horford.
and Luke Cornett. That was
And they
their
haven't
three.
re-signed anyone to fill that position. So
Nope.
what, they got Sam Hauser.
Yeah, apparently that's all they got.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah,
Be an interesting season for the Celtics.
I feel like I'm forgetting someone, but maybe I'm not.
Did you give it a grade?
Yeah, I gave it a C.
C.
Yeah, I'd probably go. C plus.
C sounds good.
Just because
Yeah,
they're just in.
genuinely, I'm looking at the roster. Generally, I think it will be Sam Hauser.
Sam Hauser
and
as the starting four is kind of crazy.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
You know what you could do? Make Jaylen Brown the starting four, then just run Salmons, Pritchard, Derek White, Jaylen Brown. It would
So
be
small,
tiny.
but
Yeah.
There'd still be a good offensive team, but fuck, defense.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, yeah, gave them a C. It's just
Yeah. No, that's
they
valid.
did what they had to do.
That's valid.
I reckon they'll be back next year. It's the Celtics; they're always
Yeah.
around.
I saw something. They've been the most consistent team since 2000.
Yeah, well,
When they got Paul Pierce, KG,
yeah,
they've always been above. I think it was like 40%.
yeah, and their front office is really smart. Like, obviously, they moved on from Paul Pierce and KG at the right time. They got all those
Yeah.
picks from the Nets, and
To
then
get the Jays.
yeah,
So
and then obviously they've done this. They
know what they're doing.
They set themselves up for their ring in 2024, was it?
yeah,
Yeah,
they know
for
what they're
sure.
doing. So
Yeah, 100%. I think they'll be fine. Anyways, Gav, last team.
I think my last team was the Houston Rockets. But
Yeah.
We've spoken a lot about Houston Rockets with their trades.
We can be quick.
yeah, we can just
Brief.
briefly
So just
cover it.
Gaining Kevin Durant from that 6-player trade.
I think the Houston Rockets will be
they
really
just
good.
got a lot of
They'll be really good.
scoring that they needed, and then
Yeah, they obviously.
the only weird thing is re-signing Clint Capella when they have already Sengun and Steven Adams.
Yeah, because they already had that double big lineup.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
where does he fit in?
I think
If
he's
they're
just
not
there,
running it,
like,
he'll be a third
as a
string
just in
big.
case.
They're really strong, like not strong, but like tall teams because they have
KD
Amen
7 foot,
Thompson.
Armin's 6'8".
Ahmed is a freak.
just athletic.
And
freak.
you know what is also really good about what they've done is they've re-signed Fred VanVleet
Yeah,
to
Fred
a
VanVleet,
much better deal.
Friendly deal, yeah.
Much better
And
deal.
he's still a good player.
Yeah, he's still good.
He'll
He's
get you-
he's very good at defense considering his size.
6 foot
just being
tall,
6
yeah.
foot,
And
But
he's
it-
obviously a great playmaker.
And what, he was on nearly 50 mil?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
signed him for less money.
Yeah, and I think
Good.
that's great. Obviously, they brought in what they needed with Kevin Durant because they couldn't finish games
Yeah.
because Jalen Green's cheeks.
I want to say cheeks.
That's
he
crazy.
just
Oh,
was inefficient.
Amin Thompson is
He's gonna
an
have another
absolute
jump this
monster.
year.
He's gonna take that leap,
Easily.
and
Kinda
who
saw-
knows?
we saw, like,
KD,
we saw glimpses of just
yeah,
how well he could
KD
be.
might teach him a few
I
things.
genuinely like. Besides maybe LeBron James, I've never seen someone like that. Like
Just the twins,
athleticism
both of
wise,
them?
yeah.
Yeah, just
Like some of the
straight
plays you
just-
see them do are just insane.
Yeah,
So
it's,
good on the
it's
defensive
nuts.
end as
Yeah.
well, which
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah.
I reckon give him a few years. Him and those two and Wemby will be competing for defensive player of the years. I reckon it'll be those three in a race every year,
Yep.
and then maybe Dyson Daniels.
I hope Dyson gets one, but
Yeah.
as long as Wemby's healthy, I think it's locked in for
Yeah,
the next
I
10
think
years.
I think the Rockets
Yeah.
will be really good. I think they might have too many good players.
They are very
That could
deep.
be-
They
Yeah.
got Dorian Finney-Smith. They got who else did they get?
They got DFS. They got Clint Capella.
They got KD.
They
obviously.
got KD.
There's one more I'm forgetting, but either way, like they are really
They've got
deep.
they've got. They might have too much talent.
Lakers could have kept Dorian Finney-Smith, but Palinka's a sneaky boy. Very, very sneaky.
I think Rockets. I reckon you can count them coming back as a second seed again.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they finish over the top of us.
I wouldn't be surprised if OKC drops to 3 this season and Denver and Houston finish above them.
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
I mean, if that was the case, then all three teams would win 60 games, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But
I agree. I
Yeah.
don't reckon that's a bad shout.
it's possible. I think 50 games might be the minimum just to make the playoffs in the
100%
West.
for the West.
So
Well, it's
to
what?
be top
Yeah,
six,
it's.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 50.
I reckon
and Utah's going to win like 7 games. So
Yeah, Utah might actually not win a game.
No, they'll beat some teams in the East.
Ace Bailey's going to.
They'll beat some teams in the
He's
East.
So what are we?
No, I think
I
they're
reckon
like
A plus
an A.
for Houston.
What else can you really do?
Yeah.
A plus. They literally
A-
did
A+.
everything they
They
needed
got
to.
KD for they didn't have to give up too much. Like they didn't want Jalen Green or they wanted to move him on.
I hate Dylan Brooks.
Dylan-
I hate Dylan
Dylan
Brooks.
Brooks isn't a
Lakers
likable
fan?
player, but you have to admit he's pretty good.
But then get him out of there. Who cares about his defense? Offensively, he sucks.
KD's still a great
But then
defensive player.
you
need,
still
though.
have
Does.
Amen Thompson.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're not losing nothing
if
with
you
Dylan
run
Brooks.
if you run the double big
They still
lineup,
got Jabari Smith.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Jabari Smith
Jabari
either.
they re-signed Jabari
Yeah.
Smith
That was
to a pretty
one
good
major
deal
deal.
too.
Like,
exactly.
The
yeah,
Rockets-
it's so team friendly.
The Rockets are really good at getting team friendly deals.
Yeah.
They got Jalen Green team friendly. They got Sengun, who was an all-star on a team friendly
Yeah.
deal.
They'll get Amen as well. I reckon.
A plus.
And then they're
Like,
not just throwing the
offseason
max
picks
at
as well.
KD because they're talking about an extension, but they're not just throwing the max at KD.
Yeah, because they're trying to. Have you seen
they're
all
trying to
their
get in the lower.
contracts end in 2027?
Yeah.
When Jokic, when Giannis are all available. So
Yeah.
they might be cooking.
The only player that might get a max on him is Amen Thompson.
Yeah,
So-
if he takes another leap this year, you wouldn't even
gotta
be
throw a
mad
bag
if he
at him.
gets it. Yeah,
Throw a big bag.
I do see them doing so well this season. I reckon A plus.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Alright.
Yeah, A plus is what I gave it.
All right,
Yeah,
Tom's
that's
on
valid.
to his last team.
On to my Lakers.
Yeah.
Saved them.
Unfortunately for last.
Obviously, you had the Luka re-sign, like extension.
Yeah, that just makes
Great.
it. That
You just
automatically
keep him
makes it a
there.
win.
You keep him there. You need him. The Jackson Hayes re-signing, I think great. I
He'll
think
be
him coming off the bench,
much better than
amazing.
starting.
He's good, but it's not like you're about to dump him
You need him in
33
spurts.
minutes a game.
You
It's
need him in
like
spurts.
you're going for 5 minutes, catch a few lobs, come back off and chill.
Especially
you know?
as like an athletic player.
Yeah.
They're just
It's
he's just gonna go out and play hard for
Yeah.
5 to 10, and then
I don't mind Jackson Hayes. I think he's pretty decent, but it's just he's not a
very
starter.
raw.
Yeah, and he's very raw. He's just not a starter. And then obviously he's not starting because we got DeAndre Ayton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously we needed a big. We couldn't run, and then when we versed Timberwolves, we got absolutely clapped because Rudy
His
Gobert
size.
Gobert
remembered he
legacy
was
game.
7'1". You know?
Legacy game.
And what we had DFS on him, Vando,
Yeah.
like Vando's 6'6", DFS 6'7". Like
Not ideal.
I don't know how they didn't sweep us. Like Rudy Gobert, you're 7'1", bro. What are you doing?
He remembered it for one game.
Yeah, I know. And it was the last
like
game.
26,
It was the last
24,
game. Yeah.
something
I think
ridiculous.
DeAndre Ayton, we needed him. I think if he actually wants to play basketball, amazing for
I think
us.
he'll be more motivated in this
Yeah.
environment because hard to be motivated. Like Portland are an up and coming team, but they were very good. So
Yeah.
it can be hard to be motivated.
I think it's a great sign if he wants to play basketball.
Yeah.
If he's just a lazy shit like he has been, where he's just no effort, it
You
could
got
backfire.
him. You got him for
2 years.
nothing. Yeah, but
Yeah.
you didn't. It's a minimum
Very-
contract
yeah.
because the Portland are still paying him because they waived him.
Yeah.
So you didn't really have to give up much to get him.
Yeah, but it's if he can just lock in, we could be dangerous.
Could be.
You know.
Very well could be.
Also, who knows how LeBron's going to go in year 23?
What he wants to do either. I mean, he's still going to be really good. We've seen that.
Yeah, it's just
But it's Luka's team now.
obviously he's brought us a chip. I'm kind of on the page where I'm like, all right, I've had enough of him.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just move on. Transfer ownership over to Luka. Like, just give him.
It's already happened, honestly.
Yeah,
They
but it's
make
like he's still there, and it's in that cracky stage where it's like LeBron's still there, Luka's still here. Like Luka's here now. What's going on? I think
Yeah.
they just honestly, if we can, love him, trade him.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
fair. It's just it's just hard because obviously, in my opinion, that sort of tarnishes his legacy even more. If he
But
moves
it's-
to a 15.
no, but it's like not his choice.
I mean, no. It's
Yeah,
not.
you know, like just
well,
get him going.
he has a no trade clause.
He does. Yeah. But it's honestly, if this is his last season, obviously it's going to be shit to see him leave the game. He's been around literally he's played the same amount of seasons I've been alive. You know, I haven't seen a basketball game where LeBron wasn't in the league. it'll be terrible to see him gone. But I think, as a Lakers fan, I'm done with that stage of him being there. It's just we need defense. He was a great defender. He's old,
Yep.
you know. He's still obviously he was average 25 points, but it's how much is that restricting Austin Reeves from developing? How much is that going to restrict Dalton Connect from developing?
Yep.
You know, like he's 40-something. He's done. He's brought us a chip. Give him a statue. I don't care. Retire the jersey. I think he deserves it.
The jersey.
Yeah.
Massive drought. Are you
100%,
kidding me? We're on a drought since
100%
2011.
retire his jersey.
You know,
He's
retire.
spent
Yeah, he spent more
more time-
consecutive years at the Lakers than anywhere
He's
else.
spent more
So-
time total in LA than Cleveland. I'm
Yeah.
Sure.
Wait, that is kind of insane.
Re-
He's been there for 8
Yeah.
years now.
Retire the jersey. Give him a statue. He deserves it. Brought us a championship. In my opinion, might get clowned. Hardest championship. It was just straight hoops. It was just straight hoops.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't comment on the bubble because I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So.
Enough about LeBron. I think Marcus Smart, all right, he's played 54 games in the last 3 seasons. Obviously,
When
that
healthy,
is
good.
piss all. I think if he plays... he's played 50 games in 3 seasons.
Yeah.
I think if he plays 50 games just this season, it's a good pickup.
Yeah, and you didn't have to give up anything for him.
No,
either.
I think, yeah, if he plays 50 games this season, I think that's great. You know? That's obviously a big if. He's played 50 games in 3 seasons. So,
Yeah, but I think to a degree he was with Memphis towards the bottom, and that's when Memphis weren't amazing last year because they had all the injuries.
yeah, they had
and
the, 17...
They had so many
yeah, it
injuries.
was crazy.
And then he spent his whole year with Washington last year, which
Yeah.
not ideal. It's a bit sad to
Yeah,
see.
I
'cause
think-
he won Deep Boy 4 years ago.
Yeah, if he plays 50 games, I'm happy having him because obviously with Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves, we need defense, and that's what Marcus Smart
100%.
does. You know, so I think that's really good.
Yep.
I have Jake LaRavia as well.
Yep.
Good
I
shooter.
think he's a good player.
Yeah, good shooter. I think he would fit really well with LeBron and Luka, both drive and kick players.
Yeah.
I think that'd open the floor up for him heaps, and I think this will probably be his best season.
Yeah, I think he's been hidden on the Grizzlies bench a bit because they're pretty deep with
Yeah.
all the young players that they have. So I think he can make it. He'll get real minutes in LA. So I think
I think
have a
I
good
think this will
impact.
probably be his best season
Yeah.
of his
He'll
career.
be able to really showcase some skills that he hasn't been able to yet.
Yeah, and he'll get some decent minutes because we're not that deep.
Yeah.
Um,
Starting 5 looks good though.
huh?
Starting 5 looks good.
Oh, starting 5 looks phenomenal.
Everything else but
Yeah,
the
it's,
starting
it's,
five
it's
is
probably about
Luka,
after the
Reeves,
8th
LeBron,
man. We're like, oh shit.
Hachimura.
Yeah.
And then I have losing DFS. Big
Yeah.
hit. Probably our best 3-and-D player.
Yep.
So I guess time will tell how important he was. But we still have Vando. We still have Rui. We
Yep.
got in Jake LaRavia. We got in Marcus Smart.
Some bigger wings.
Yeah, so
Still
I guess
pretty good.
time will tell if he was too important. But I think we've got a few players that cover what he did.
What did you guys trade for DFS last year? It wasn't much, was it? A couple seconds?
It was nothing, yeah.
Yeah,
it was
so-
nothing.
It's not like the end of the world, but yeah, if Palinka wasn't a sneaky boy, then
Yeah,
he'd probably
it
still be
was-
on the team.
It's
Lying
I don't
about his
know.
injuries and stuff.
But we got people in for what he did. Like,
Yeah.
we brought in a shooter, we brought in a defender, you know, and they were on a lot less money than he was.
Yeah. Look, Luka and LeBron don't really fit great together, but like obviously,
They only had half a
100
season.
times out of 100, you make that trade.
Oh,
So,
no doubt. And it's considering LeBron will be done max
2
2
years,
seasons,
yeah.
max 2 more
Gets a lot
seasons.
And then it's
sooner
just
than we
straight
think.
away.
Yeah. It has to be
We will
max.
know going into the season that he
He's not.
retires.
Yeah,
that
he's
he
not going to
retires.
just leave. He's
The
not going
NBA
to just disappear.
Even if he doesn't want a farewell tour, the NBA will make him have a farewell tour
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Absolutely.
the amount of money that he'll bring in is
He's not. He won't just pack up and leave.
No.
He
will let everyone know.
he will let everyone know, and it's not even the fact if he wants a farewell. He wants a farewell tour,
Yeah,
and you know it's gonna suck with him gone. He's been in the league 23 years. He's still going. I haven't seen a basketball game without him in it, like live. A lot of people now don't know a league without LeBron in it.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely pretty weird.
Yeah,
But
it'll be interesting.
time moves on.
It's
Onto the next generation.
Obviously, you can't stay in the league forever.
I mean, we're obviously blessed that he's even played this long. 'Cause it's
been amazing.
It's an anomaly. It's never going to happen again, probably.
But I think as a Lakers supporter, obviously love what he's done, but I think it's just time we bite the bullet and be like, all right, at this point in your career, you're not really doing something we need you to do.
Yeah. So what grade did you give them?
I gave him a B plus.
Okay. I think I don't even go purely because you re-signed Luka. I would go. Me personally, I'd go an A.
Yeah.
Actually, if you don't re-sign Luka, it's like a C.
It is. Yeah.
But
without that Luka re-sign,
that you get Luka and
an F.
you get Luka and everything's fine.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
You'll be set.
Yeah.
You'll be set for a long time with
Luka's
Luka.
Luka, and Luka's going to do what he wants.
Yeah.
And he is going to go out there
and
and
he looks
get
in
buckets.
shape now.
Yeah, but we see
We
see stuff
Even-
every
even-
off
happens
season.
every
Even
off-season.
him out of shape.
You get photos of Luka in shape, and you get photos of Zion's belly.
And you get Ben Simmons shooting absolute lights out.
Yeah. Don't believe what you see in the off-season. Although, I think Luka will be definitely much
Healthier.
fitter than he was last season.
They've
definitely.
already said, his agent said it was already the plan to do this off season, even if he was still
In
at
Dallas,
Dallas.
yeah.
They already said they already had plans to do this because obviously he had the injury in December.
He missed a month or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His agents come out and been like, we already were doing this. Like, didn't matter if we were in Los Angeles.
Yeah, 100%.
Didn't matter if we were in Dallas. Like, this was happening either way.
Because the fact was,
A
like,
bit chunky.
at
Yeah.
at a pro sport standard, he was out of shape.
Yeah.
But obviously,
You could still say
the skill set is
it's-
still insane.
Two of the best players in the league are out of shape.
Yeah, Jokic is
Jokic, he's out. He's not a professional athlete body. He's a professional athlete. but
he's
it's-
just a freak.
yeah.
He's just something that you've never seen before.
But then
really.
I've
even
s-
Shaq was a little out of shape, but he was
Oh,
just an
come on,
athletic
yeah.
monster.
But I've seen that Luka's weight gain was intentional because obviously he was doing a lot of post stuff, and then him being as skinny as he wasn't as effective in the post. But then
Yeah.
him putting on the pounds was allowed to push people around a little bit more bully ball. But now if he's lost that fat, but now it's muscle,
It'll look more like rookie Luka, which he was pretty athletic when he first
Yeah,
came
he
to the
was.
league.
But it's not like he
And
was holding people behind him in jail or like coming down.
He'll still be much stronger than he was back then.
Yeah,
even
100%.
with, even with
It's
the
just-
weight loss.
Even just because he's older.
Yeah.
His muscle maturity.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
So, anyways, move on to the final team.
final one.
Yeah, so I've got the Clippers here to
Clippers.
finish us off. So the Clippers re-signed Nicholas Batum and James Harden. Nick Batum's 38, pretty old, but I think he's still very serviceable.
He's a good locker room guy.
Fourth quarter yelling.
You can't hate it. Great locker room guy. So
Yeah, 100%. And like he can still have spurts and give them opportunity, even if they have injuries. Because as I'm going to talk about, this is a very old team. But
retirement home.
they got.
Pretty much a retirement.
If this was 5 years ago, these four names I'm about to read out would be insane. They got Bradley Beal, they got Brook Lopez, they got John Collins, they got Chris Paul. But
You're not even mentioning Kawhi Leonard.
it wasn't 4 years ago, 5 years ago. So,
Yeah.
but either way, those are all big names that they've added. Bradley Beal, you get him without the contract. So everything I
love
said
him on
before.
this contract.
Yeah,
I
everything
still
I
think
said
he's
before.
This was his best shooting split year.
Yeah, he was still a good player.
Yeah, I just think that contract is what made it terrible to have him. But now that he's on, I think he's like 11 mil.
Yeah, he's on a vet minimum now because
Like-
he's obviously still getting paid big money from.
Yeah.
He's going to retire and he'll still be getting paid by Phoenix
Yeah,
because they got him for 5 years.
I think that Bradley Beal, that vet minimum, perfect. He's had the best shooting splits of his career. So
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, they got those players. They lost Amir Coffey and they traded Norman Powell. That was in the John Collins deal. It was Miami, Utah, and obviously the Clippers. Norman Powell was a really good player last year, but
he's not doing it again.
you replaced him with Bradley Beal.
Yeah, but
So
I don't think Norman Powell was doing it again.
I think
That
he'll.
was like a breakout.
I reckon
Yeah.
he'll still average 20.
He's
at
what,
least
he's
20 a game next
32.
season, something like that.
He's not. He was. That was. I think that was just like. It's like TJ Warren in the bubble.
I mean, he's going to get more opportunity in Miami than he did here. But
For sure.
yeah, they lost Norman Powell, Drew Eubanks, and Amir Coffey. In my opinion, this is the deepest team in the league when healthy. They have 11 like real NBA
Rotation
players. They got
yeah.
like their starting five is probably Harden, Beal, Kawhi, Collins, Zubac, and then you got Chris Dunn, Batum, Brook Lopez, Chris Paul, and a couple others I can't remember
You
right
reckon
now.
they're bringing Beal off the bench, starting?
They
Chris Paul?
might. I reckon not Chris Paul. I reckon they might start Chris Dunn
Chris Dunn.
just for defense.
Yeah. Okay.
Whole lot of
Harden,
depth in this
Dunn, and then
squad, yeah.
Beal is, if Beal buys into being a six man. So
Which I think, why wouldn't you? Right?
Yeah.
Like, he's had his 30-point per game seasons.
yeah,
You know? How about you just focus on winning a chip?
well yeah,
Do what you need
that's
to.
what he said in his interview. He said he wants to win a ring.
Yeah.
So
Just do what the team needs.
buy
you
in
to
and do what they want you to do.
Exactly. I think that's at
I
this
mean,
point of his career.
He did
needs
do it in Phoenix. He did come off the bench, and he was pretty good off the bench too.
to. Yeah, like I said, it was his best shooting split season of his career.
Yeah,
So
just like a Malik Monk type role, but to a higher degree.
And yeah, I do see this Clippers team doing fairly decent if
They stay.
they play enough games together.
Yeah, it's a whole
Obviously,
it's a whole retirement home in there.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard. I think that was last season his most games played in like
A long
a
time.
long time. If he can do that again, great.
Yeah.
Obviously, James Harden's old, Chris Paul's old.
Harden's 35, Brook Lopez is 38, Chris Paul is 40. But Chris Paul did play 82 games last year.
Yeah, it's just a. How many games can they play?
Yeah, so I think if Bradley Beal buys into the six-man role, he would be a six-man of the year candidate as long as he plays enough games. The only thing I can really knack on this team is obviously the age and potential injuries. But the three players that they got, Lopez, Collins, Chris Paul, the four players that they got, like they didn't really give up much to get them.
Yeah.
Lopez, they got off free agency. Chris Paul, free agency. Beal got released, so free agency. And then Collins was that trade, which I can't even remember what they gave. Oh, Norman Powell, obviously.
Yeah.
But, like,
Nothing crazy.
you fit it around.
I would say John Collins better fit for the team than Norman Powell.
Yeah, I
was.
think the defense is going to be insane, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
Lopez,
definitely
Zubac, Kawhi, John Collins. Like,
Dunn.
if Harden buys in, he actually is a good,
decent
pretty
defender,
good defender
when he
in
wants
my
to be,
opinion.
right? Yeah.
So,
And they got enough offensive firepower where he
Yeah.
could conserve energy to play defense.
yeah. So, obviously Kawhi is still Kawhi, even if he is not a washed up version, but he's not as good as he used to be.
He's not Finals MVP.
Zubac
Kawhi.
he was almost a finalist for most improved player last year. He blew up last year. He was insane. Also, a very good defensive player in the league.
You reckon he could have the same output? You reckon he's having a similar
it
season?
might not be. It might be slightly less just because of the depth that they've added.
Yeah.
Like you got Lopez, you got John
Yeah, I can
Collins.
see that.
But I think he'll still be an elite rim protector, and he's
That
also
one just got away.
he's also one of the better post scorers in the league.
Yeah.
So, that stuff won't go away. Like all that around the rim stuff. When you're 7 foot tall, it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
So,
pretty much.
barring health, I think they're a threat to make a good push in the West.
Yeah.
As
I see that.
their team is really good, but that's what we've been saying about the
It's
Clippers.
the West,
We've been saying that about the Clippers for 5 years.
Yeah. But it's the West.
So,
You know?
yeah,
Like, how many teams are we going to say can make a push?
too many. There's
You
know,
literally like
like
6 or 7.
Only one team can make it out.
Yeah, only one team can.
It'd be interesting.
It's gonna be nuts.
There's OKC, Denver, Clippers, Lakers, Rockets, Dallas,
Potentially the Warriors.
Warriors. Like that's 7 right there.
Yeah,
You know? So
yeah, it's gonna be nuts. So I gave them an A. Just
I could see that.
from a broad perspective, the players that they brought in are great. They're deep. They're ready to make a run. Like even over the season, like even if they have injuries here and there, they got depth at pretty much every position to fill. It's just that they're gonna have to be healthy for the playoffs. And in 6 months, this could look stupid because half their team could be out. Kawhi could miss the season. Bradley Beal will probably miss time. Harden and Chris Paul, I believe in them to
They'll play.
Stay healthy.
They'll play.
Yeah.
They've never been unhealthy, like
Not
miss
really.
a bunch of games in their career. That
Harden
hasn't been
sat
there.
out because he was wearing a fat suit.
Yeah.
So
Too many strippers.
yeah. So barring injury, I think this team will be really good. It's just like we said, the West is stacked.
Yeah, there's so much going on.
But
in the West right now.
that's all of our teams that we graded. Went on for a bit longer than I thought we would have.
Yeah.
We've been going for almost an hour and 20 minutes.
Give us your opinions in the comments on if you think.
If anyone watches this.
If there's any
Maybe someone
viewers,
watches
Is anyone watching, please let us know how we
tell
did.
us what was wrong with how we've graded.
Give us your opinions.
yeah.
Honest opinions will always help.
Open to honest feedback,
Yeah.
always.
Always
So,
open.
Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you for just viewing the podcast. And hopefully we'll see you guys soon. Talk about more basketball related news. And yeah.
Alright, too easy.